Hey, what is cracking, everybody? So, I had a request to demonstrate how to make a pokeball emblem, and I'm going to get right into that here in just a second. But before we go into that, let's go through some of the pleasantries right quick. If you're a fan of Twitter, check me out. Fan of Twitch, fan of Facebook, just get on there, give me a like, follow, sub, however you want to play that. If you like this video, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. You know, all these numbers help make me more enthusiastic to make more videos and do more stuff to this nature. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the Pokeball part. Let's go to emblems and create new. So I'm going to be kind of doing this or explaining this and creating it as I go. But I mean, the Pokeball is pretty simple. We got the red top, we got the white bottom, the black line through the middle. So in order to get the red and the white separation, here's what I'm going to do to start it off with to make sure everything's the same size. I'm going to start with a full circle, and that way I can make sure my scale is to Q. Now this will work on pretty much any Call of Duty that you're making an emblem for. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw out my guidelines, which on the PS4, which is what I'm doing this on, just hit the options button, click on it, boom, there's your guide. Now the first thing I want to do is just expand this completely and throw in an oddball color that kind of separates everything. We're going to go ahead and just go with the purple just to get it on there. And now let's go with a circle, a full circle. Where's the full circle at? Right here. So right there I'm at a 0, 0. I'm pretty balanced, dead center of everything. Let's go ahead and expand that. Try to line it up between the lines here as best as possible. Well, you know what, let's go ahead and take our numbers straight up to 0. Positions X, Y, 0, scales X, Y, 0. Alright, so now that we got that part, let's go to our half circle. Go ahead and make this a red. Now, our half circle is going to be a little tricky. We're going to rotate it to a perfect 90, which we're not quite on line with the graph here. Right there we look like we're pretty good. And now we're going to scroll up just a little bit. Oop. We need to shrink that down to make this all fit. Okay, so now we got a nice little border of white on the outside. It's pretty much even, so now we just extend the size, push into place, and there we go. So now you have the top part as red. Go ahead and click there. And for the black line, I use the eye. I'm sure there's something else you could use to make it work, but for me, I just use the eye because it's a solid line. So let's go ahead and make our color here black, rotate 90 degrees, and make sure we're balanced out with the grid, which we are. So I'm going to go ahead and go to fixed, or get out of the fixed scale and go into free scale. Now I'm going to shrink this down pretty thin, bring it down to the middle here. Oh, not quite at a perfect 90 with my grid here. Looks like we're pretty good there. I'm going to expand, 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 expand. Oop. Okay. This sideways is kind of freaking me out a little bit here. I'm going to try to make this line as thin as possible. Go ahead and line it up right there. I mean, as you can see here, I'm pretty well balanced on the right and left hand side. And you can see the scale over here. You know, I'm positioned 0 and 1. Okay, now we're at 0, 0. Pretty much still exactly centered. My scale here for my eye comes out to -118 and -3. Wow, that's some really crazy scale there. For some reason, my rotation comes out to 89, but it's still balanced perfectly with the grid line. That's the main kicker there. We want to make sure our grid is on cue. Now the next part we want to do is go back to a full circle again. boom, full circle, shrink it on down. Let's go ahead and make our color black, and we're going to shrink, 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 shrink. Let's go ahead and make that an even 100. We're at a 0, 0 with a minus 100, minus 100. Now, to keep it all in one spot, what I'm going to do is click the copy button, which on the PS4 is the big black button in the center. I'm going to scroll over, click the options button, and it pastes. Click on it, and we will change the color straight to white. Now from here, we shrink it down. We want to try to make that black ring on the outside as close to the same size as the black line going across, which right about there looks close. Let's go just a touch more. Yeah, right there looks pretty close. So let's go ahead and turn off our grid, and there you go, you have a Pokeball. Let's do a little bit of decoration here. To make sure everything lines up in a perfect circle, I'm going to go ahead and throw this on here. Right to there. Let's make that an even 20. Pick a color, and I think I'm going to border it in black. And let's just pick one of these random thingamabobs here. Yeah, I like that. We'll expand it. Scoot it all the way to the outside to here. Pick a color. And let's go with that right there. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have a emblem of the Pokeball. Pretty simple. It's not too complicated. There's several different ways to do it, but nonetheless, there you go. Pretty much plain and simple. So I'm going to go and back out and save that. And once you put it on, there you go. As you can see up there in the upper part of my screen, beside my name, it's set my emblem. I'm going to go ahead and put my original one back on. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked the making of a Pokeball, drop a like, let me know. If there's anything in particular you want to see done as far as the game goes, any emblems you want to see created, just send me a message on Twitter, on Facebook. Shoot, you can even send me a message on PSN. As you can see, there's my gamer tag. And I'm pretty much on PSN every single day. If not, I have the PSN Messenger on my phone. Pretty simple to get a hold of me as far as that goes. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And until next time, happy gaming.